warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
إن الحمد لله ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I welcome you back for the Sunday session, and we have been continuing with Surah Al-Baqarah. We had completed the 84th ayat last time, and we are continuing from there on. Inshallah, we'll take that ayat again as well. We are on the 12th page, so I will start the sharing of my screen for that. Right, so with that we start inshallah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah, rabbi shrah li sadri, wa yassir li amri, wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So we are on the course number 4, page number 12 of Surah Al-Baqarah of the Hafizi Quran. Pointer number B, and the words is 85. This is how we have been doing, and this is how the pages are represented on the hands, so that you can memorize them easily. And each page has pointers. So the 4 parts or the 3 parts of the finger plus the part of the palm will make the 4 parts, and for easy memorization. So in this course, we are going to do these 5 pages, 11, 12, 13, 14, of which the first page of the thumb we have already covered. We are now on the index finger, and the top pointer we have covered. The second pointer, inshallah, will be covering today. So the first pointer was the covenant of blood that was taken from the Bani Israel. And today, inshallah, we'll see a part of the ayat. It's a big ayat, so inshallah, we'll be dividing it. The first part of it is the killing and eviction. And the second part, Allah Ta'ala is questioning about believing only in parts, that you're believing some part of the book and not believing in the others. And then we have the treatment that was done to Musa and Isa alayhi salam and the other messengers by the Bani Israel. So the pointers of the page number 12 are covenant of the blood, then the killing and expulsion, that we see today, believe in parts, and then we have the treatment with Musa and Isa and the other messengers. That is the last pointer. In short, covenant of the blood, killing parts, Musa and Isa. So linking it to the previous ayat, we go back to the previous ayat. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ, and when we had taken a covenant from you, لَا تَسْفِكُونَ دِمَاءَكُمْ, that you will not shed your own blood, وَلَا تُخْرِجُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ, and you will not evict yourselves, مِنْ دِيَارِكُمْ, from your own homes, ثُمَّ أَقَرَرْتُمْ, and you confirm that, وَأَنْتُمْ تَشْهَدُونَ, and you had been a witness to it. So this is what we had seen last time, and today the fact continues on after taking this particular covenant, what the Bani Israel did. So we know that we are talking of how Allah Ta'ala is addressing the Jews of Medina, and that is the topic that has been going on for such a long time, and this is a part of that and a continuation of that. And why is it that this particular ayat is coming here? So this was the distorted faith and bad actions of the Bani Israel that were continuing. Lessons that we have here are: don't violate the commands of Allah, and don't leave any part of Islam. You don't say that I will do only this much and that much. Try to do as much as you can. So the new words are only 3 in the upper line and 3 in the lower line. Top line is no new words. Okay, so with that, inshallah, we'll begin. We'll just take the part of the ayat and then we continue that way. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ثم أنتم هؤلاء تقتلون أنفسكم وتخرجون فريقا منكم من ديارهم تظاهرون عليهم بالإثم والعدوان وإن يأتوكم أسارى تفادوهم وهو محرم عليكم إخراجهم. This is the part of the ayat, and inshallah we'll take this part of the ayat today. Thumma we already know is then. We have to do a gunnayar. Thumma. Then antum, we already know from the TPI, antum is pronoun, which is detached pronoun, and antum also has a ikfa. So thumma antum. Then we have haulai with two mad on that. So haulai. So then you are those. So it is like Allah Ta'ala had said, Zalika kitab, that is the book. So Allah Ta'ala is then pointing after they had taken a promise, after they had taken a covenant, then Allah Ta'ala is telling them, then you are the people who did this kind of a thing. So you are those. तो वो लोग थे जिन्होंने ऐसा किया. Simply in Urdu, this is how the language becomes emphatic. So Summa antum haulai, and then you are the ones who did this. What do they do? Taqtuluna, you all killed. Taqtuluna, qatala yaqtulu, uqtul. Taqtuluna, yaqtuluna, taqtuluna, you all killed. Then you are those, तो वो लोग थे जिन्होंने ये काम किया. क्या किया? Taqtuluna, you killed. Anfusakum, killed yourselves. So we discussed this last time. Allah Ta'ala had used the words yourselves because Allah Ta'ala was referring to them as an ummah, and they were brothers of each other. So the fact that they killed their own people, Allah Ta'ala is telling that you were the ones who killed your own people. وَتُخْرِجُونَ, and you evicted, you removed fariqam minkum, fariqam, a party, minkum, from you, and you were the ones who removed a party from you, min diyarihim, from their homes, right? So we'll see what this background is and why is Allah Ta'ala using these ayat here. Tazaharuna is you support one another. Alayhim, against them. Ala means on or against. So tazaharuna alayhim, you support one another against them. Bil ismi, be with ism, sin with ism, wal udwan, and transgression. So Allah Ta'ala is telling that the fact that you are killing some of your own people and that you are supporting against your own people was a sin that you committed, which means that you broke a part of the law that was given to you, and that was a transgression on your part. Well, udwan is transgression. So the fact that they killed their own people and that they supported each other against their own people is what Allah Ta'ala is quantifying as a sin and a transgression. So we have to analyze what is our situation today and how the Muslim world is killing each other, right? So we are also somewhere involved in this kind of a sin which the Banu Israel had already done. So we'll see what was their kind of a sin and why are these ayat being used here. So tazaharuna. So what is tazaharuna? What is the root words of tazaharuna and what is the form? Anybody can tell me? Tazaharuna. This word tazaharuna.
Zohere.
Zo.
He.
And ra. Okay.
Ra.
Right. And what is the form?
Tadaras. Tadaras. Tadaras.
Okay. Right. And what is the tense? Past tense, present tense. What is it?
Continuous. Past continuous.
Past
Going
continuous.
on. Going on.
No. When kana comes, then it is continuous or past continuous. With what tense is this? Tazaharuna. Present tense, past tense. Very simple question.
Present.
Present tense. Okay. So what form is this? Root words are zahara. What form is this? What form?
This is
Huh?
third person plural.
Third person plural. Third person. There is a ta and the front. First, present tense, past tense. What is the word here? Present tense, past tense. Confusion?
This is Muzaira only, Muzaira.
Mudare. That is present tense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and what form?
Tazaharuna.
What is the form?
This is plural hai.
What form is this?
Female gender.
It is allama, it is fa'ala, it is what?
Tafa'ala.
Tafa'ala. Okay, so there you have a ta, single ta, you have a za, right?
Yes.
Present, this ta is of the form or if it is of the present tense?
Mm. It is
So see,
past
I
tense. Past tense.
here.
Past tense. It is a Mazid fi mein. It is a past tense.
Okay, so in the past tense, do you get vav noon at the end?
Tazahara, tazaharuna.
You get vav noon at the end in past tense. There's a vav noon at the end, right? So
Yes.
if it is tazaharu, it will be tazaharu, tazaharu, tazahara, tazaharu. You don't get tazaharuna.
Nah, yeah.
Are you getting my question or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Okay. So this is a little confusing. That's why I thought I'll ask you. So it is actually tafa'ala, you're right. But this vav noon indicates that it is a present tense. So there should have been one more ta. So it is actually tatazaharuna. One of the ta has been dropped there because of too many tas. So tazaharun, it becomes tazaharu. Right? So it is tatazaharuna.
Tazaharu.
Right? But the one of the ta is dropped because of too many tas, and za also is of the same makhraj as ta and ta. So three words with the same makhraj come. Tatawa, tatawa. That's why one of the ta is dropped. This first ta is dropped. Right? So it is tafa'ala only, but one of the ta is dropped. It should have been tatadaharun, but one of the ta is dropped. Tatadaharuna. So this vav indicates the present tense. Okay. And as I told you before, that this form indicates that the action is happening between two people. Okay. So you support one another. So they are supporting each other. Zahara means to back. Back also means to give support to somebody. So you are supporting each other. Alayhim bil ithmi wal udwan. Okay. So this part is clear. Tazaharun is clear.
Yes.
Okay. So then I'll go ahead. ثم أنتم هؤلاء تقتلون أنفسكم وتخرجون فريقا منكم من ديارهم تظاهرون عليهم بالإثم والعدوان. So we'll take just this part and we will do today. अख्तर साहब आप करेंगे?
Assalamu
वालेकुम अस्सलाम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم أنتم هؤلاء أنفسكم تخرجون
وتخرجون
فريقا
وتخرج
وتخرجون فريقا منكم من ديارهم
من ديارهم. Min also will have an ikhfa, so it will be min diyarihim.
من ديارهم.
The full construction.
Yeah.
The full construction will have a lot of gunnas and idghams together, so it will sound like this: Fariqam minkum min diyarihim.
تظاهرون عليهم بالإثم والعدوان ثم then you are then you are those تقتلون who kill أنفسكم yourself وتخرجون and you evict فريقا منكم a party of you من ديارهم from their homes تظاهرون عليهم you support one another against them بالإثم in sin والعدوان and the transgression.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Again, one more thing for tazaharuna. It is not the second form. It is not hasaba because you have a ta with a fatha, right? So hasaba has yuhasibu. Okay. That is again. It is not the third form. It is not hasaba also. It is tafa'ala, form number 6. Okay. Right. So we go ahead. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وَإِن يَأْتُوكُمْ أُسَارَى تُفَادُوهُمْ وَهُوَ مُحَرَّمٌ عَلَيْكُمْ إِخْرَاجُهُمْ. And in if يَأْتُوكُمْ, يَأْتُو ata يَأْتُو, يَأْتُونَ it should be, but because of in, because you have an in here, that يَأْتُونَ has become يَأْتُو. يَأْتُوكُمْ, if they come to you, right? So يَأْتُونَ has become يَأْتُو because the noon has been dropped because of in. Inshallah, that we have all that grammar coming in the following lessons, inshallah, later on in this course itself, in the course 4. Usara is captives. So when they come to you as captives, tufaduhum, you ransom them. What is the root words of this? Tufadu. Tufadu root words. What are the root words of tufadu? And what form? Tufadu.
Fedalia.
Fedalia, okay. Fedalia. And what is the form? Which form is this? Which bab?
For the Hasaba.
Hasaba. Very good. Right? So because of the weak word, we are finding it a little different. Inshallah, we'll take this word as we go ahead. Usara tufaduhum, you do fidya, you give fidya and release them. وَهُوَ مُحَرَّمٌ. This is again wawe halia, while, right? Not and, while. وَهُوَ مُحَرَّمٌ. It was forbidden, it was haram, alaykum, on you, ikhrajuhum. Their eviction and removal which you did, that itself was haram on you. And then inshallah, the part of the ayah that is not today, but later on, Allah Ta'ala is asking them and telling them, do you believe in part of the book and you reject a part of it? And we are also sinful in that condition. We take whatever we want and we don't follow everything as a book. Allah Ta'ala is saying that the book is complete. And as we said, the book is also a law. Kitab also means a law. So, tufaduhum wa huwa muharramun alaykum ikhrajuhum. Okay, so who will do this part? Who has not done last time? Dr. Abu Mohsin, आप करेंगे?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi
Wa alaikum
wabarakatuh.
assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa in ya'tukum usara tufaduhum wa huwa muharramun alaykum ikhrajuhum. Wa in ya'tukum, and if they come to you, usara, as captives, tufaduhum, you ransom them. Wa huwa, while it muharramun was forbidden, alaykum, to you, ikhrajuhum, their eviction.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay, so we are in Surah Baqarah, and the address is to the Bani Israel, and Allah Ta'ala is pointing out of what they have done with their book, and indirectly it is a lesson for us on what we are doing to our book. So such events happened throughout the history of Bani Israel. In Medina also there were 3 Jewish tribes behaving in the same way. So there was one Banu Qurayda, who were with the Aus tribe of Medina, and Banu Nadir were with the Khazraj tribes. In fact, it is Banu Kunayka which was with the Aus tribe. Banu Qurayda and Banu Nadir was with Khazraj. So when these two group tribes were idol worshippers, Aus tribe and Khazraj tribe, so when they used to have fights among themselves, these allies would help them. So the Banu Qurayda and Banu Nadir would help the Khazraj tribe, and Banu Kunayka would help the Aus tribe. Now these were Jewish tribes, so which means that when the fight was going on, they would kill their own people, and when they reached their houses, they would evict them from their houses and loot all of the thing that was there. And when the war used to get over between them and the fights used to get over, they would go back to the Torah law and say that, oh, these are prisoners of war and they are our own people, and they would collect money for that, and then they would release these prisoners of war by giving their own money. So Allah Ta'ala is pointing out their first gross mistake is that the fact that you were fighting your own people itself was forbidden for you. And Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is reminding them in the first ayah, or the ayah that we took last time, وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ لَا تَسْفِكُونَ دِمَاءَكُمْ وَلَا تُخْرِجُونَ فَرِيقًا مِنْكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِكُمْ ثُمَّ أَقْرَرْتُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ تَشْهَدُونَ. And you were the ones who had confirmed these facts. And in spite of that, then because of your, you became allies to these tribes, you fought your own people, you killed your own people, and you removed your own people from their houses. Right? So there, Allah Ta'ala, the first ayat, the promise that Allah Ta'ala is taking, Allah Ta'ala is using diyarikum, and here Allah Ta'ala is telling diyarihim, their homes, right? So the lesson for us here is this is exactly what is happening to our ummah also, and we are fighting each other on the name of sects, on the name of groups, and Allah Ta'ala has made the blood of our own people as haram for each other. And this is again what the Prophet ﷺ has specifically said in his last sermon, that the mal and the blood of Muslims is haram for each other. So we shouldn't be fighting each other, and we shouldn't be evicting our own people from our houses. But even then, as I discussed last time, the most number of refugees are our people, our community, and they are being evicted from their own homes. So this ayat perfectly fits our situation in today's times, and we have to see what are we doing for that. And again, then we would start collecting money for refugees, saying that they are refugees and we have to help them and all that. But what are we doing to avoid this kind of a situation, right? So each tribe would support its party against the other in the battles, even though the other party also had Jews. After the battle, the Jews would ransom the captive Jews of the other tribes, saying that this is Allah's command. So then they would follow the command of the Torah and release their prisoners of war, right? So this is exactly the situation that we are in today, where our own people have become refugees. And then we would collect zakat for the refugees and all that. But what are we doing to avoid this situation? Why are our own people fighting against each other? Right? So they should not have fought in the first place and should not have evicted them from their homes. This also reminds me of the hadith which says, in which the Prophet ﷺ said that whatever mistakes the Bani Israel has done, even if they have gone into a lizard hole, my ummah will do all the same mistakes. Right? So we have to try and see how we can avoid these. So it is a reminder for us Muslims to Unfortunately, you see so many wars and killings between Muslims. May Allah help us avoid all wrongs. And this Allah Ta'ala is saying is ithmi wal udwan. Right? It is sin and transgression. Had se guzar jana. So with that, let's take a hadith. Jabir bin Abdullah reported that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Be on your guard against committing oppression. For oppression is a darkness on the day of resurrection." Right? So we shouldn't be oppressing anybody, and if somebody is oppressing somebody, that will be like a darkness, which means that that person will not have any nur. And we know that without any nur, we are not able to cross the full sirat. Okay. So the whole ayat is, then you are those same ones. That's why Allah Ta'ala is saying, "Thumma antum haulai," to tum wahi log ho jo. Like, so that, like we discussed, Zalikal kitab, ye wo kitab hai. This is that book. Okay, so something like that. So then you are those who killed one another and evicted a party of you from their homes, supporting one another against them in sin and transgression. And if they come to you as captives, you ransom them while their eviction was forbidden to you. This part, the other part of the ayat, inshallah, we'll be taking next time. So the lessons are, don't violate the commands of Allah. We have to check and see whatever commands are there in the Quran, till whatever we have done even till now, are we violating any of the commands? Don't leave any part of the Islam. Right? So we have to make dua to Allah Ta'ala that to protect me from your anger and help me fulfill everyone's rights. This is the dua that we make, and we try to implement it. And a sample plan will be that I will not abuse anyone and not think to hurt anyone. And of course, not to kill anybody and not to evict people from their homes, and not to help others to do such kind of things. So we'll go see the grammar part and the asma and afal. So in asma, the plurals and singular, anfus is the plural, and the singular, that is nafsun. So nafsun plural is anfus. Fariq is a group or a party, and the plural of that is furaqa, furaqaun. Right? So furaqa is different groups, mukhtalif groups. Dar and diyar, mashallah, last time we had a good this thing, and we had understood the difference between bait and dar. Okay. Summa ismun, ismun is sin, and the plural of that is asamun. Asam, right? Asam is easy to remember because Assam is one of the places. So Asam is plural of ism. Asir is a captive, a prisoner, and usara is the plural of that. Right? So just remember these plurals. These are all broken plurals. That's why you have to know them. Here you cannot put waw noon and get the answer. Okay. So qatala is bab nasara, qatala yaqtulu uqtul, qatil, maqtul, and qatl. In the weak words, we have da'a. On the part of daha, we have ain dal waw, ada, adawatin, or enmity. Ada, ya'du, u'du. This is on da'a, yadu'u, udu'u. We have ada, ya'du, udu'u. Adin, ma'du, ma'duun, and ma'duun alayhi, and udwan. Udwan is enmity, right? Adin is enemy or somebody who has hatred. The second mazid fi word is ata, ya'ti. So we have seen ya'tuna, and the ya'tuna has become ya'tu because of in, right? So ata, ya'ti, iti, atin, ma'tiyin, and ityan means coming. Akhraja, we have already seen that before. Akhraja, yukhriju, akhrij, mukhrijun, mukhrajun, and ikhrajun. Tadahara, we already discussed. It is tadarasa, on the pattern of tadarasa, and the root words are zahara. So tadahara, yatadaharu. So there it is actually tatadaharu. One of the ta has been dropped there because of the context. We know that the thing is being talked to the second person. Tadahara, yatadaharu, tadahar, mutadahirun, mutadaharun, bihi, and tadaharun. So fadaya was fidya, and fada is on the bab. Hasaba, yuhasibu, hasib, right? So fada, yufadi, fadin, mufadin, mufadan, and mufadah. Okay, so on hasaba. So the fidya comes from that, and here it is being one person is being released by other. So that is why fa, da. Then we have muharramun. Root words are harama, and harrama means to forbid somebody else, right? Yuharrimu, harrim, muharrimun, muharramun, and tahrimun. Muharram, the month Muharram also comes. Then this is with the ha, Muharram, Muharram. Okay, so we have some time before this meeting gets over. So any questions on this grammar part? Then we can, or the Quran part, we can answer that before we go ahead with the grammar part. We have about 8 minutes to go. So anything on this, any discussions on this, we can take that now. The Quran part.
मुहर्रम एहतराम में भी आता है ना?
हाँ, एहतराम is
का महीना जो है 4 महीने है.
हाँ, एहतराम is बाब इफ्ताला. So बाब चेंज हो जा रहा है. बाब चेंज हो रहा है तो मीनिंग चेंज हो जाती है. एहतराम मतलब इतना उसको ये करना कि वो you are sort of respecting it. एहतराम का मतलब एक रिस्पेक्ट जैसा हो जाता है ना, तो वो बाब चेंज हो जाता है.
मस्जिदुल हराम,
इफ्ताला बाब हो जाता है. रूट वर्ड सेम रहेंगे और बाब इफ्ताला हो जाता है वहां पे.
मस्जिदुल हराम.
हाँ, मस्जिदुल हराम है,
मुहर्रम का महीना है, और 4 महीने भी एहतराम के है ना?
एहतराम के, हाँ जी. और कुछ है आयतों में. We have to try and see कि जो ब्लड बाथ चलता है या हो रहा है, या वॉर्स जो हो रही हैं, उसको वो आपस में हमारे लोग ही जो है वो एक दूसरे से वॉर पे है, राइट? एंड देन दैट क्रिएट्स अ बैड इंप्रेशन आल्सो. और उसके अलावा देयर इज अ डायरेक्ट थिंग दैट वी आर नॉट सपोज्ड टू किल अ मोमिन, और उसके लिए बहुत बड़ी सजा भी है. वो अलग से आएगा. बट यहाँ पे जो डिस्कशन वाज देयर ऑन that was there for the Jews.
But there is definitely a way to avoid conflicts. But individually, now the role is limited.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now government and
yes,
law enforcement authorities
and at a different level completely.
Yeah,
correct. But we have to see somehow if we can try to defend these things and try to see that we don't fall trap to it at an individual level. Of course, we have no Jama today where we can sort of do this at a higher level. But at least we have to understand this individually, and whenever times come for a Jama, then we have to see that we are able to join a Jama which is on the haq. Today everybody is on their own, so it is like as the ayat goes in Surah Al-Ma'idah, alaykum anfusakum, right? So till Imam Mahdi comes, we are all alone, and we have to sort of fight our own individual this thing. In that we have to see that we are able to keep our iman at the best level before a fitna sort of takes us over.
correct.
अस्सलामु अलैकुम.
वालेकुम सलाम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू. फरमाइए.
ये अदा में माज़ून अलैहि क्यों यूज हुआ है? नीचे में सही मुतज़ारा में बिही, तो ये अलैहि और बिही का इस्तेमाल क्यों हो रहा है?
किस पे
अदा यादू माज़ून अलैहि लिखा हुआ है.
हाँ, एक मिनट. I'll come back to the screen itself so that we can बिकॉज वो पैसिव है ना, किसी और के ऊपर एक्शन हो रहा है, इस वजह से. I'll just come to the slide. ये बता रहा ना आप?
जी हाँ.
मादूबुन अलैहि, क्योंकि वो उसके किसी और के ऊपर एक्शन, पैसिव वॉइस है ना. आदिन मतलब द वन हु इज हैविंग हेट्रेड. मादूबुन अलैहि मींस किसी के ऊपर हेट्रेड आ गई है, दैट वे, क्योंकि वो पैसिव पार्टिसिपल है ना.
जी.
और इसलिए कहीं कहीं भी आता है कि बिकॉज पैसिव उसका मीनिंग पैसिव में कंफर्म हो जाता है के हिसाब से. मादूबुन अलैहि, तो जिसके ऊपर एनिमोसिटी रखी गई है, जिसके ऊपर अदावत रखी गई.
शुक्रिया, जज़ाकल्लाह.
It becomes ism, no? Again, udwa.
Yes. Yeah, it's participle, na, passive participle. राइट, एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? अगर नहीं हो तो देन वी कैन स्टॉप एंड देन वी कैन स्टार्ट अगेन. सो वी कैन स्टार्ट. आज पैसिव वॉइस है और ग्रामर में काफी कुछ कवर करना है हमें. सो देन वी स्टॉप दिस मीटिंग हियर एंड वी जॉइन इन अगेन. तो उसमें ब्रेक नहीं आएगा फिर इंशाल्लाह. ठीक है, you all can I'm ending this and you all can join again.